Hey guys, good morning to all of our panning at home people. Hey, I don't mention it too often, but we do have a Facebook group. It's small, but it's growing, and it's called Panning Paydirt. I'll put a link down below, and if you want to join, keep abreast of what other people are doing as far as pay dirt, things that is for sale on the open market. Today, we've got a fun 1 pound bag of pay dirt, or this is from the Round Mountain, Nevada area, which I have been to. Been there once. It's up on a summit, and apparently it was a mining town way back when. There is still some active mines, and this should be a fun review for the simple fact this is from Goldbay. They're up in Spokane, Washington. I have bought from them before. Good guys. Dave, as I remember, and what we bought today was wire gold concentrates in here. So if you needed to know, good explanation, get to view what wire gold really is and where it comes from, stay till the end, and we'll weigh it up and show you the pan, and it's going to be a lot of gold, and take a guess at what we have. So let me get set up here on our panning station, and what we'll do here is let's crack this open first. I have a, let's just call it I have a dirty pan. I don't really ever clean my pans here in the shop for the simple fact that there's always a fleck or two in there left over, so I don't rinse that stuff down the sink. So anyways, we're going to start with a little bit of a dirty pan. Excuse the cleanliness, but over the course of a year we probably save 50 cents in gold, lost gold. So anyways, good packaging, prompt service. We got this gold, I believe, in 2 days. Now we're not too far from them. I think they do ship it from Washington, and we're just down the coast below here in Arizona. Whoops. Once we get wet here, we may want to classify this. I think we will. We will rinse the bag out. All right, let's do this. Let's get the real fine stuff out. I'm going to put this in a smaller container so I can pour it easier without making a mess. So stand by. Okay, we are going to start with our 10 mesh because there is some pretty big stuff in here. There's going to be any nuggets, big nuggets, it's going to be in this plus 10 stuff, but all right, that looks like, let's put the big stuff in here. Put that aside. Now we have, I'm going to classify it one more time. I think we'll skip a level and go right down to our 30. We could have classified it 3 times and gone through the 20 mesh stream, but when you pan in a controlled environment such as your driveway or your backyard, you have a pretty good idea. All right, this is going to be our very fine stuff. Now I'm starting to see stuff here, sparkles, which I know is probably a little tough on the camera, but This could be where a lot of the gold ends up. All right. These classifiers are handy. Buy them on Amazon. You get a bundle of about 4 for cheap, 20, 30 bucks, something like that. So anyways, guys, all right, we're going to get set up here. And I think being as we have the, now let's do the big stuff first. Let's do the big stuff first. We'll see if we can't score a nugget. Keep in mind, guys, it's going to be a dirty pan, hopefully with gold, until we get it wet for the first time. So, all right, here's our panning station this morning. Get as close as we can for you. All right. There we go. Once again, we are panning some pay dirt from Round Mountain, Nevada. If you don't know where it is, it's kind of it's a really old town. I remember going through it about 20 years ago, and a lot of old cars, vehicles, trucks, all over the place. So it may have changed dramatically since I've been there, but it was certainly a town you could spend a day exploring. Alright, I don't see anything bright, shiny, and I do. I think there's going to be a couple of clunkers here. I think we'll switch sides here, just in case there's something small that slipped through. We don't want to lose it. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Those yellow pebbles, see, there's a piece. I'm going to put another drop of jet dry in here just to say we did. Prevent any floaters from getting out. Well, one drop would have done it, and they got 20 drops. So let's see what happens here. Guys, there's a lot of gold in here. I hope you can see that in the pan. I think you can. Wire gold, guys, at its finest, and there was a lot of big stuff in here. I'd say there was over a gram here. I'm being stubborn here with the black sand just to see if I can get rid of it. Alright, let's get our snuffer bottle out. Draw this to a close and go on to our next. Sometimes you got to be a little careful with the bigger gold because it doesn't want to, like this stuff. We may have to go to plan B with this stuff. We're going to draw out what we can, the small stuff. A little full here. Let's empty this out a little bit. Now we're getting it slowly but surely, but this wire gold can stop up the bottle. I think that's it. See, there's a little piece on the tip there. I always wash it down with well, I got a little piece stuck in the snuffer bottle, see. Alright, so what we're going to do now, alright, we're going to go down to the next classification. I do have a piece stuck in here. Come on, baby. There we go. Alright. Let's see what the plus 10 brings us. Alright, let's start over here with our biggest riffles. A lot of light stuff here. Makes it pretty easy and quick panning. Alright, let's go to our smaller riffles here. I do see some gold. Probably all classifications here should have some gold, but I'm curious on the finest stuff, being as this is wire gold. How much there will be. What I like to do in a pan like this or a sample like this is there's so much gold is I like to pan it again, the whole load, but without classifying it, and see what I missed, how good of a panner I was that day. This is pretty light stuff. I'll put a drop here. I keep seeing one piece that floats, and I'm sure it's not gold, but just to be sure. Alright, I think we still need to this is going to be a fun second panning, for the simple fact that we probably, and not definitively, but we may have missed some gold here. Most of that gold is staying put. If you like a little bit of a challenge, that sand is still coming. Yeah, there's a lot of chunky stuff in here. Making a mess of my pan, but we don't want to lose any. Alright, let's draw up what we can. Comes up real easy when you don't have a big hunk in your snuffer bottle. Alright. I think it's safe to say we got about 95% of it. Alright. I think that's it, guys. There might be a couple of pieces of flour gold there. Let's draw them in just to be sure. If it's sand, it'll come out on our next clean out. All right, now the fun stuff, guys. The very finest, and I mean fine. This is almost like flour itself. So, all right, let's clean out our smallest specimen pan here. I've panned with these little pans before. It's a little slower going, definitely more challenging. We've got one more pan. Let's clean this one out, although it's pretty darn clean. Alright, let's see what they bring us. We know we have a pretty heavy snuffer bottle. Yeah, like I said, this stuff is really like powder. We're looking for powder gold and flour gold and powder. Get some gold out of this, it's going to be small stuff. I see the black sand, it's coming to haunt us. Like I thought, not going to have a ton of gold in this smallest classification for the simple fact that we're looking for flour gold. I don't see much. I see a little sparkle there. Let's see if we can flush out some of that black sand. Black sand can be a nemesis if you're a miner, but if you're at home and you have nothing but time, it can also make it more challenging and more fun. See, I see a couple little pieces floating, but not sure if it's pyrite or mica. I see one piece, two pieces in there, and I'm being a little stubborn here. We're going to show you what the snuffer bottle holds. Yeah, I see two pieces in there. I'm not going to let them go. Yep, I'm going to draw them out while we can here. Well, we're down to one. Now there's the second piece. Alright guys, I don't think we're going to have too much here. So nothing really to speak of in the smallest classification. So let's clean up a little bit. We'll show you what the snuffer bottle looks like, and we really want to have your educated guess on how much gold you think is here. You have this amount of gold, I always recommend clean out that snuffer bottle, even if you have to backwash the little spout here, which sometimes there is a piece stuck in there. So let's do this. Looks pretty good. Let's get a little sand out of it. It's funny how some of these little orange pebbles almost want to float. Here we go, we're getting rid of it now. Alright guys, quite a bit of gold. You guys take your best guess, put it in the comments if you would, and I'm going to clean this up, dry it out, and see where we're at. So stand by, be right back with a weigh-in. Okay guys, the initial weigh up is 4.542. So just over 4.5 grams. Now this is a prime example of missing some gold, and we apparently have missed about 10% of it because this is a 5-gram bag. So what we're going to do now is we are going to repan the tailings and see if we can't pick up that extra 0.5 gram, which I'm pretty confident we will. So stand by. Okay guys, here we are at our second panning, trying to recover another 0.5 gram of gold here. That's the way we wanted it. So what we're going to do, this is our complete concentrate. Do you think we can find that 0.5 gram? Once again, we're buying from a very reputable gold company. Well, I did see some gold. Actually see quite a bit now. It just goes to show you guys, never get rid of what you've just panned. And of course we recycle a lot of our pay dirt. We like people to get a fair shake. In other words, get the experience of a lot of different kind of panning, whether it's fine sand, black sand. Does make it more challenging if you're in a hurry, and we may have been. Yeah, there's still a lot of gold there, guys. You see it? And that gets trapped in that black sand fairly easy. So we're going to go and we're going to get every morsel out of here. Still got about 6 or 8 pieces there. Let's get rid of some of this black sand, making it a little tough. But it cannot elude Mother Nature. Gravity's always going to win. Couple of pretty light pieces in here. 4 more, and we're going to get them all. That may be it, but let's, yeah. We now have a pan, guys, with nothing but black sand. Just to double check. That is an empty pan. Alright guys, I'm going to show you what's in the snuffer bottle. My guess is we're going to come up with more than the guaranteed 5 grams. But let me dry this up, clean it out, and show you. Alright guys, nice little smiley face there. Hopefully you can see it. Stand by while we dry this and reweigh. Okay guys, here's what we're looking at for the repan, which just goes to show you, you always pan into some kind of a dish pan, and we know what we had to start with, so let's do this. Let's weigh everything together. We took our, let's see how we're going to do this. We took our magnet over this, and I think we're going to do it one more time. See if we can hear any little no, I didn't hear one piece. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we are going to fire up our scale. Alright, I want to show you that we're at the 0 mark. Got a little plastic bucket on top. Let's see how close to 5 grams we come. Wow, way over 5 grams. Way over 5 grams. Let's call it 5.5. According to Gold Calc today, at $3,331 an ounce. The total gold value here is $589, and that's the gold price as of April 23rd, 2025. So, guys, I would say Dave at Goldbay did us a wonderful service. More gold than promised by half a gram, which is about over 50 bucks. Yeah, about $50. So anyways, guys, once again, we have bought from these guys before. We strongly recommend them, and I will make every attempt to put a link to their site down below. Guys, we appreciate you being here. If you have not subscribed, we'd love it for you to subscribe. Helps us grow, as you know. So for now, Doug at Doug's World Tour, out.